I never imagined my mundane job at Barrows Carter would take the sinister turn it did that night. Don't worry, I don't exactly have to worry about job security or backlash from discussing this. I wish I did. For the longest time, it was an ordinary, albeit soul-draining, 9-to-5 routine. I actually grew to enjoy the stability and structure and overlook the tedium. However, nothing good will last. One ominous day, the supernatural crept into my work life and shattered the dullness of my corporate existence. For that matter, it shattered my entire existence, but more on that later. The trouble started innocently enough. It was a gloomy Wednesday afternoon with heavy storms brewing outside. The fluorescent lights overhead flickered and dimmed. They cast an eerie, pulsating glow across the office floor. Most of my colleagues had already gone home. I was alone with the air conditioning's hum as the rain rhythmically tapped against the windows. I focused on my computer screen, but a sensation of unease gnawed at me. It was as though an ominous presence had silently invaded the office. I scanned the empty cubicles, half expected to find a coworker playing a prank. But the office was deserted. There was nothing to see. A soft, melodious whisper of a song disrupted my thoughts. I looked around but found no source for the tune. The song slowly grew louder. A chill skittered down my spine when I realized it came from my computer speakers, even though I wasn't playing music. An ethereal woman's voice filled the empty air. She sang a haunting, wordless melody. I glanced at my screen and watched a series of windows and tabs open themselves. One window displayed a creepy, looping video clip of a decrepit mansion engulfed in darkness. Its windows glowed with an eerie light. As the song continued, the image shifted. Suddenly, it panned back and revealed a blood-red moon with gnarled, skeletal trees. I felt like I peered into a different world, a place of haunting beauty and sinister mystique. I couldn't help but feel a connection to that mysterious mansion, as if it beckoned to me. I know it makes no sense, but that's how it started. Suddenly, the supernatural presence seemed to pulse around me. The malevolent energy had enveloped me before I could stop it. With trembling hands, I closed the windows and unplugged my speakers. I just wanted to silence the haunting melody and stop whatever had started. The humming ceased, but an unsettling silence enveloped the office. I quickly grabbed my things to leave for the day. When my phone rang, the caller ID displayed a string of numbers and symbols that made no sense. I hesitated before answering. I should have run right then. I should have thrown the phone and just ran. I answered. A voice, unlike any I'd heard before, whispered my name. "John," it murmured, its words laden with a spectral intensity. My heart raced. I stumbled over my own voice. "Who are you?" "I am the one who lingers," the icy voice whispered. It seemed to seep through the phone's speakers. "I have waited for you? Waited for me?" I stammered. My mind reeled. "You saw the mansion," the voice continued. "You saw the doorway to my world. It calls to you, John, and I am bound to usher you there." Panic gripped me as I hung up the phone. My hands trembled. I couldn't comprehend what was happening. Was it a prank? It had to be. David, the practical joker of the office. He had to be behind it. Didn't he? Although he left over an hour ago. I even saw his car pull out of the parking lot. Or did it return? I looked out the window behind me. No, his car wasn't out there. Only mine. It couldn't be supernatural. Could it? The storm outside was even more tumultuous. The windows rattled as the wind howled around the building. I'd had enough. I decided to leave the office and flee the unsettling situation that now formed before me. I approached the elevator and prayed my escape would bring an end to the eerie occurrences. I pressed the elevator button, and a sudden jolt of electricity surged through my body. I was too shocked to move. The doors of the elevator slid open but didn't reveal the familiar metal box I expected. It was a nightmarish void filled with swirling darkness. The haunting voice returned, more pronounced and sinister. "Come along, John." I tried to resist. I tried to back up, or to move towards the stairs, but the unseen force commanded my body into that abyss. The doors closed behind me, and the elevator plummeted somewhere into the void. The spectral voice continued its eerie serenade. It guided me through the endless darkness. After what felt like an eternity, the doors opened, to reveal a foreboding realm. I entered a world of twisted, ghostly beauty, and the mansion from my screen stood before me. Its windows glowed with an unnatural, spectral light. The spectral voice now emanated from within and guided me toward the mansion. Even though panic welled in my soul, I was still compelled to step through the mansion's doors. As I entered, I understood I had crossed into a different plane of existence. The mansion was vast, with endless corridors and rooms, each more puzzling than the last. I heard the ghostly whispers of the mansion's inhabitants. Their voices were filled with despair and longing. The supernatural presence that had haunted my office was now realized within the mansion. It was a malevolent entity that had lured me into this sinister world. I was no longer in control in this realm, merely a pawn in a nightmarish game. The voice whispered my name again, this time from within the walls of the mansion. "You are mine now, John. You will never leave." Days later, as I ventured deeper into the mansion's depths, I came to realize I was a part of its haunting. I was a prisoner in a supernatural realm. The mansion had claimed me. Now I was one of its tormented souls, forever trapped within its sinister walls. The twisted ending of my story is that I remain within the mansion, a spectral prisoner, a captive of the entity that lured me in. The mansion serves as a gateway to this nightmarish world, where time and space are warped, and the boundaries between the living and the dead are blurred. I am no longer a skeptic, but a living testament to the malevolent forces that exist in our world, a victim of the supernatural. I have become a part of the haunting at Barrows Carter, one no one there even knows about. This is a place where the building and the mansion are linked, and where the malevolent entity exacts its revenge on those who dare to enter. I'll never leave unless I can find a replacement. Someone just like you.
This is just a reminder to subscribe to enjoy our growing collection of paranormal content. Don't forget to like your favorite episode and ring the bell to be notified of new content. As always, thanks for watching.